Hey guys, what's up? So I said I'd be making some more videos, so here we are. Sitting in these trades, I'm like, I should really make a video. Okay. So here we are, pound yen, two trades I'm in, pound yen and the pound Swiss long. So let's get back here and take a look at the setups. So the short version is the pound yen is obviously in an uptrend going into today. Has that uptrend seen high volume weakness? Any real profit taking issue going on? Looking at yesterday, no. We have strength in the background. Basically, we're trending up on a lot of pairs with a correlation. It was a matter of really finding one or two that looked the best and give the opportunity. So just to mark it up. So this is a regular old uptrend. We'll get in there and look at that. So we have a fib. That's an obvious one. So there's a fib retracement that started off the entry. Business as usual there. A little confluence with that stuff. So let's get in here and see. So again, it's just a fib retracement of an uptrend. Very common stuff for me. So, and the uptrend has not shown too much weakness. Therefore, I want to look for retracements and get in long. So here's a retracement to that fib. Now, it was news, right? So here's pound news. And this is why, particularly lately, but in general, you want the news because it's going to help get things moving. Yesterday, we had a really slow period around this time of day with no high impact news. So, it was, I've talked about news and actually a video just recently about news that I posted. This is an example of that where this uptrend was running into some supply here and there. Nothing overwhelming. We want to, still go with it. But we needed to pull back. We needed to get rid of some sellers that were showing up here and there. Also in the previous day, a little bit. Also the pound Swiss, pound dollar, a little bit. So the bad news attracted a lot of selling, a sell-off that was here. And it was an actual move for a little while. And then we get to this predetermined area. What do we see? That's the highest volume of the day besides news. This is not on news, right? So very large buying came in here. That says, okay, obviously smart money is starting to position long again in this uptrend from the predetermined area. Not surprising, exactly where we would expect. And we also expect that the selling should be drying up. Of course, we wait for our test and all that. So going forward from here, I guess you could, I wouldn't really call it automatic rally. It's really kind of early. So from here, what do we get? So of course a sign of strength and then a little fake break pattern. Not high volume there, but doesn't kill it. Again, this is what really matters, that showed up. So going from here, the quickest way in is a no supply. It's right to the point, this entry. So here's a low volume test at the 14 EMA. Now, little selling showed up, but not too much. This is the test, and there's the low volume test. Now, technically, that's not a no supply. 9 times out of 10, I do want the proper no supply by definition, but a couple of ticks up, a couple of ticks down. I take this as the test, particularly because it's the 14 EMA. Otherwise, I wouldn't be so confident about that. So here's my entry as we clear the test area, start to move up off the low volume. I went with a larger stop and a smaller position size, so I'm not over risking, of course. Allowing for a double bottom if an automatic rally was to set up here, but actually that didn't really set up till here, which was the fib area of this high to low, which attracted a bit more selling. But also I talked about recently managing trades, right? This did not make me do anything. I didn't touch this trade until here. Just started taking profit. So this did not make me do anything with my position, right? Again, I was just talking about this in detail on a video recently about managing trades and, working off of what you're seeing in real time. A bit of weakness, all right, I can live with that. It's not telling me I need to do anything. If it was higher volume, large pin, it would be an issue. Maybe I'd immediately move my stop to break even or scale down or something. So there's an example where I didn't do anything on the trade until this point, where I just, put some in the bank and move my stop to break even because it's moved a good amount and hit, who knows what in this area if it's going to keep going. But I've got larger targets in mind for a last piece running. Of course, the main target area is pretty much this zone also. That's not in there, but oops. You get two basic targets, the most basic targets on getting in on a trend when it's retraced. So we have that 1 hour zone, as you always see me do, right? And oftentimes it'll just kind of get to that spot or get in there, and that'll be it. So at least we got to that. Little reaction, but not bad. So maybe it'll continue. But I put enough in the bank, so and stop at break even. Most of the trade closed around 45 pips or whatever, and that's it. I'll leave a piece on to see if it can run. If it's a lot too much weakness, maybe I'll just lock in some pips or close it up. So it's really about how it's going to react here, if I should expect it to continue or not. Okay, so there's that. Pretty textbook. Basic stuff here. Pound Swiss. This was pointed out by, what's his name? Sorry, it's such a long name. I don't even know if that's his real name. Mr. Daristanius in the chat, and now in the live sessions again. He's back in there. And he pointed this out. Again, this Pound Swiss I don't normally look at, but we were mid-session. He said to check out the Pound Swiss. And so, again, it's a fib retracement of an uptrend. The uptrend has seen very little weakness. Very, very little. So it's one of those, we're very lucky that price is even this low, right? And showing strength, and we'll get into the 5 minute. But again, the health of the trend is very much determined by how much profit-taking supply coming in we see at high prices. Again, very low volume, no evidence, even here, midday, no evidence of any real profit-taking supply coming in stuff, right? So a very healthy trend. Typically in this situation, you don't even get a retracement that far because it's just not enough selling. But news, right? Just like I explained in my recent video. So it got us here. Nice trap. It's a trap. So Admiral Akbar made an appearance today, of course. Here's multiple broker volume. There's the news, by the way. But here's the not news, right? Look at that. Slight overshoot of 618. We see that all the time. We got right back into range. Where was my entry? I forget. What was it? There's nobody's here to ask. Make another. Let me tell you real quick. Hold on. It was 70. Okay, so 5:31 a.m. Eastern at 70 was the price. Okay, so 70 is here. What was it? Oh, okay. It pushed through. Okay, so I called this an automatic rally after it was here for about 30 minutes as a resistance. So we're basically pushing through. I gave it a little bit of time to really start convincing me and move up, and that was basically it. There was also a good correlation generally with the pound pairs that helped me decide to go into this. Also, the very good high probability situation from a 1 hour point of view makes me more confident that I don't need some great, perfect, amazing double bottom test hole situation. The cleaner it is, these nuances you hear. Here's a little tip. The cleaner it is on the setup overall from the 1 hour point of view and confluence and volume, the more aggressive I'll tend to be on entry. If it's a so-so environment where the background is not so clear, I really am more patient on the 5 minute and like the cleaner, very, very clean, obvious, high probability stuff, and a little more patient on the 5 minute. So it depends on the background and what all things considered. So that's that. Again, with this one, I took off partial profit now, about 50-something pips. We're in a little fib area, but there's not much selling, so it is reasonable to expect higher prices. Really, the main target areas on these trades, the pullbacks, so you get the high, and then possibly a continuation. I like to get some in the bank no matter what happens, stop at break even, and then see what I can do with this, see how it's behaving. So there's a couple more examples of trades for you guys. Again, this is the multiple. I hope this makes sense. I'm tired. Of course, I start trading at 3 a.m. Hope this all made sense. This is the multiple broker volume, which I will have available soon. We're just getting it all set up to be available to everybody and work out bugs and things like that. But as you can see, it's working, and definitely give some extra confirmation on this trade. This is about 10 brokers telling us, the activities compared to this one. So it's big difference. Okay, guys, that is it. So we're back in September. It's nice to be. One good thing about it. end of summer is the markets pick up and become clean again. And I've had to sort of readjust and raise my standards and I'll really look for these better looking setups because they'll come now. Be patient because the good setups will come. If you only take good, high quality, good looking setups, you'll still get enough. All right, I'm losing my voice. All right, guys, good to be back in September and rocking it. And I'll keep the videos coming.